What's a shaken? The shaken is the Japanese car inspection certificate that almost every vehicle must have. You must also have a mandatory basic insurance, and the shaken and this insurance certificate are usually done at the same time. After you've had a car for 3 years, it must have a shaken. It must undergo the car inspection, and you must pay the necessary taxes. After that, every 2 years you have to do the shaken again. It can be both irritating and expensive, but you have to do it. When you're buying a second-hand car or used car, the price of the car may be affected by whether or not it has a shaken. Many cars are sold without a shaken, but other cars are sold with almost a full shaken. This will change the price of the car. If you're buying a second-hand car, check to see if it has a shaken and how long that shaken is for, or when the expiry date is. If you're buying a car that has 1 year of shaken left, then that's possibly worth up to 50,000 yen. The price of a shaken can be 100,000 yen, sometimes more, sometimes less. When you're buying a car or selling a car, you can factor the price of the shaken in. Conversely, if a car doesn't have a shaken, then it should be cheaper. But you have to get the shaken done before you can use your car, plus registration. So these costs add up. You might need an extra 150,000 yen on top of the price of your car just to get it on the road. Where can you get the shaken done? Every prefecture has inspection facilities, so you have to go to one of these facilities to get your shaken and your insurance certificate. Or, more often than not, people get somebody else to do it for them, a garage, a service station, or somebody they know who can do it. You may not need a lot of Japanese to do it, but you will need some. Everything is done in Japanese, of course. However, if you are planning to do it on your own, there are people who can help you. Many inspection centers have little offices around them, which are there just to help people fill in the forms and go through the procedures. This will cost you a few thousand yen extra, but it will make the procedure very smooth. Most people take their car to a garage to have the shaken done, but this can be problematic. A good garage will still charge you 30 or 40,000 yen to carry out the shaken. A bad garage will find lots of faults on your car and charge you a lot more. A shaken for a medium-sized car is likely to cost you at least 90,000 yen and possibly over 100,000 yen. If anything needs to be done to the car, then obviously it's going to cost you quite a bit more. Previously, when I had someone else do my shaken for me, it cost me around 90 or 100,000 yen, and I lost my car for the whole day. Doing it yourself will save you at least 30,000 yen and possibly 40, 50, even 60,000 yen or more. The shaken for K cars, Japan's small cars, is going to be a lot cheaper, but today we'll just do one for my car, which is a 2-liter sports wagon. One thing you can do before the shaken is to get it tested at a test center. This may cost you about 10,000 yen, and there'll be no obligation to have it fixed at that center. Some things are easy to fix by yourself. So, assuming your car is in good order, you want to do a pre-check yourself to make sure everything is working, and then you can go to the inspection center and sort it out for yourself. This will be much cheaper than giving it to a garage to do. Before doing the shaken, I registered with the inspection bureau and made an online appointment. This was easy if you have Google Chrome, which translates everything. I'm not sure how necessary this was. I'm pretty sure last time I did it, I didn't make an appointment. But you might want to be safe and make an appointment in advance. There are only 3 things that you need to take with you, apart from the car, obviously. You need the current shaken, you need your car tax receipt, and your mandatory insurance. You should keep all these documents together in your car. If you search the internet, you'll find websites, official websites, that will tell you what documents you need, and you'll be able to download certain documents and fill them in. I tried that, and when I got to the inspection center, they were the wrong documents. So it's probably better to just wait until you get to the inspection center and fill in the forms there. Of course, all the forms are in Japanese. However, Google Translate can help you, and it will help you fill in the forms, or most of the forms. So I was able to fill in most of my forms just by translating on Google and then giving it to the guy at the counter. And the one or two areas which I couldn't fill in, he helped me fill in. At Chiba it was counter number 5, and the guy there was really helpful, and he told me I had to go and pay at the office next door. So I went there, paid the fee, and brought them back. There's also another office adjacent, which is where you pay your mandatory insurance. You can do that either before or after the car inspection. I recommend you do it before the inspection just to get all your forms sorted out. You have to have, obviously, the mandatory insurance. After you've paid the fees and the forms are inspected again, you will be told to take your car to lane number 2, 3, or 5. In my case, it was lane number 5. And you line up behind the other cars. One other point, if you're thinking of taking somebody with you to sit in the car while the test is happening, forget it, because they don't allow anybody else to be in the car. When you get near the front of the queue, a guy will inspect your forms again, and then the inspection will begin. So you will need a minimal amount of Japanese. Left and right, brakes on, brakes off, engine on, engine off, and that's about it. Before you drive into the inspection building, someone will check your indicators, your horn, your lights, your reversing lights, your brake lights, your washers and wipers, and they will also ask you to open the bonnet, where they will check the chassis number and check for any leaks or problems in the engine. But this was a very cursory check. They didn't spend much time doing it. After the initial inspection, you will drive into the inspection center. You can see what's about to happen by looking at the car in front of you, although this won't explain everything. The first time I did it by myself, there was a guy who was alongside me, and he helped me with everything I had to do. The second time, I got no help at all, and this created some issues as I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know what I had to do at certain times in the inspection. Although actually most of it is fairly automatic, you just go through the system. The last time I did it, the guy told me to turn my hazard lights on. He didn't do that for everybody, but I suspect it was to tell the people inside the inspection center that this guy doesn't know what he's doing, so he needs help. When the man came to inspect my documents again, I went over the procedure with him just to check the order in which I would have to know what to do. One of the pieces of paper that you receive is an automatic checklist. The instructions at Chiba said, put it in the machine at each checkpoint. In fact, one of the staff did that for me, so there was no need to do it. This video was filmed in Chiba, but the procedure at other prefectural inspection centers may be different. The first check was a speedometer check. You're on a set of rollers, and obviously the brakes are off, and you have to take your car to 40 kilometers an hour. And then you either flash your lights, in my case, or sometimes press a button to tell them when it's 40 kilometers an hour. The screen above you will tell you whether or not you've passed or failed. It should go green when you've passed. After that, a little robot will come out to check your headlights. You have to put your headlights on low beam, and it will check the elevation and direction of your headlights automatically. First it'll go to the left, and then it'll go to the right, or vice versa. And again, the screen above will tell you whether or not you've passed by going green. If your headlights don't pass the test on low beam, they will ask you to put it on full beam, and they will do the test again. Again, you will see the left light and the right light, and hopefully both will go green. If you fail, then obviously you have to adjust your headlights. After that, you'll have a brake test. Again, you're on rollers, and the rollers will go, and you have to put your foot brake on, and then they'll do a second test for your handbrake, which you have to pull very hard against the rollers. Again, the lights will tell you whether or not you've passed or failed. The next test is an exhaust emissions test. You drive forward, get out of your car, take a long testing probe and put it in your exhaust. Then you step back and they do the test. Next, you'll drive forward over an inspection pit and a man will check the underside of your car. Here they'll also do a suspension check. Your car will start to rock back and forwards on the ramp. You have to keep your brake off for this test. They will also check for wheel alignment. This is your final test and the screen will go green if everything's okay. You park your car outside and then take your inspection papers to the little hut on the left. The guy there will stamp it and then you have to go back to the main building. The actual inspection only takes about 10 minutes. If your car fails part of the test, they'll tell you what parts you've failed. Near every testing centre there's normally a garage of some kind where you can take your car to have those faults checked and repaired. Again, this shouldn't cost you too much and can be done quite quickly. In Chiba, you had to go back to counter number 6, where a lady took my forms and said, "Wait," after giving me a number. After a few minutes, she calls you back and hands you all your documents, including the new shaken. And that's it. Everything's done. And the whole process took less than 2 hours, from filling in the form to getting my shaken at the end. It seems like a headache, but it's half a day every 2 years. So it's not a big deal. Have fun.